Hey, Cheryl here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am a mentor to neurodivergent entrepreneurs, and I teach people on the freelance side and more recently on the audience building side and the creator side how to build a business that actually works with their brain. I'm not an ADHD expert. I'm not a therapist. I am not necessarily the most millionaire businessy expert in the world, but I'm kind of a normal person with a normal brain who's figured out things that work for me, and I like to share them with you. Today's question that someone asked me is about raising your rates, and they were like, when you go to raise your rates at the end of the year, or when you go to raise your rates, like how do you do it? How do you phrase it to clients without feeling all super self-conscious, and how do you raise your rates to clients without everyone abandoning you all at the same time? I have a bit of a different take on raising my rates. I haven't really done annual rate increases and those sorts of things for most of my clients. I have with some super long-term clients, but when it comes to raising my rates, I haven't really had to have the same difficult conversations. I don't know if you're noticing a theme about this, but I kind of designed my entire freelance business around not having to have these super difficult conversations. There are two ways that I increase my rates with my clients on a regular basis, and they help keep things fresh and interesting and help me continue to increase my profitability without having to have those super awkward conversations or have clients end up hating me at the end. One way that I do that is I don't raise my rates annually or raise my rates on a specific time frame or based on external factors. I raise my rates when my client roster is full and then someone else wants to hire me. And full is relative. Like, I don't want to be so full that literally taking on one more client would kill me. But let's say I'm aiming for 5 clients. I currently have 4, and then someone else wants to work with me. I'm going to raise my rates for that 5th client, right? And so I use actual economic principles to dictate when I'm going to raise my rates. Supply and demand. When the supply of me is dwindling and the demands on me are growing, that's when I increase my pricing. And I usually increase it to that new level, and I keep it there for all new clients that come afterwards. When it comes to my pricing, I don't do hourly pricing. I only do value-based pricing. So when I say I'm increasing my rates, I'm really just increasing like my project minimum and my internal hourly that I keep to myself. So I always have an internal hourly rate where I can calculate how much time is this going to take me at the rate that I currently want to earn with my clients, and is this project going to pay me that or more based on the value it's bringing to the client? If yes, it's a yes project. If no, the client can't afford to work with me at the level that they need to get the result, or the client can't afford to take on that big of a project with me because their ROI will not be sufficient for them to justify investing that much in me. It's nothing to do with me and my worth or them and their worth. It's simply they won't be able to get enough of a return on their investment to justify the cost, right? So that's one way. I don't do annual rate increases. I increase my rates when there's more demand than there is supply. Then the second way that I increase my rates, again, I mentioned the value-based pricing thing. I also tend to only do high-ticket long-term projects. And so every 3 months or every 6 months, I'm pitching a new project, I'm creating a new proposal, I'm taking the initiative to pitch something to the client, and I'm introducing the rates for that 3 or 6 month contract to them at that point. Each project is different. I'm typically not pitching the exact same project as last time. In some cases I do, and sometimes there is a rate increase there, and then you just explain to the client, like, the demands for my services have increased, this is my rate now, and that's why the rate increase here on the same services as the last proposal, but as you can see, these are the results we've been able to create for you, and I think it's worth it. Then it's in their court whether they say yes or no. But for the most part, you're not going to be pitching the same services one proposal to another. And so there's not really a comparison point where the client's going to go, this price is higher than that price, your rates have increased. Because this price may be higher or lower than that price based on the deliverables included, based on the ROI that they can expect, and based on the pricing that you are building on this package, not on your hourly rates. So when it comes to having those rate increase conversations, don't do retainers and don't do hourly in the first place, fixes a lot of it. And then making sure that you're doing those high ticket long-term projects so that when they roll over, you can be pitching new pricing, and increasing your rates when the demand for your services is higher than your available supply, so that new clients are only paying you higher rates when it really makes sense for you to start charging a premium for your time. I hope all of that helps. If you want any more resources, I have a Facebook group that's in the description box below. I have a quiz where you can find out your neurodivergent entrepreneur archetype. It's super fun. Lots of individual tips for each archetype. I hate people pleasers out there, like raise your hands. Yeah, you can take that quiz down below. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to hear from any of my subscribers. Make sure you're subscribed, because right now I'm uploading a video a day with tips just like these. That's all for now. Bye.